One of the great things coming from a coastal California district that I believe is in the bipartisan infrastructure laws, the historic investments that allow communities to build greater resilience and adaptation. And of course, my district is on the front line of climate impacts. So this includes the $8.7 billion from the newly created Protect Grant program, as well as new eligibility in the National Highway Performance Program to mitigate against sea level rise, projects that mitigate against sea level rise. So in my district, that's really important because it allows state and local transportation officials to plan and design and build differently. Instead of highway widening projects from the 1970s, it invites them to anticipate impacts we know are coming in the next 20 to 30 years. But it does require a change in approach, some institutional changes to shift away from doing things the way they've always been done. And I just wanted to ask you about that. Is the Department of Transportation helping to guide or plan with local and state transportation officials to make sure that they are looking decades down the road and not building projects from the 1970s? And I do realize that the chair asked you about whether you're forcing states and locals to build certain ways, and I appreciate your answer that you are not. But are you offering guidance and help for them to plan in the way we need them to plan?
Thank you for the question, and it's especially timely given what we're seeing in terms of climate impacts on American infrastructure. We know when we are building something new that we might be making, or the project sponsor might be making a 30, 40, 50 plus year decision, which means that we've got to be prepared to build for the world as it will be, not the world as it has been. So for that reason, we are stepping up our efforts to collaborate with different project sponsors on being able to take those kinds of considerations that you raise into account. And I also want to stress our appreciation for the robust funding in the Protect program specifically dedicated to enhancing resilience. That's $7.3 billion over 5 years, and 1.4 of that in this fiscal year. That's out of the formula program plus a discretionary program too that we look forward to rolling out soon. All of which we think will help to put our money where our mouth is as a country on the idea of building resilient infrastructure and preparing for all of the impacts ahead.